Good morning, my friends. Welcome back. I hope your weekend is off to a fantastic start. I'm here with Margarete Miller Collage assignment, and I'm working on week 33. So a week behind, but that's all good. So I have my little prompts here. I have already stuck down the first layer onto the page because, I may as well. I don't know if you can see. Oh my goodness, I've got to laugh at myself. While I was saying that, I was busy doing this little dance on my chair, thinking that it was entertaining you, but you could not see it. So how ridiculous. But anyway, I don't know if you can see. This is a grid paper. It's a stamp book album sheet, which I picked up in my haul from Creative Junk, a week and a bit ago. So I've put that down as our base layer, and that's to make the prompt graph paper. Okay, so a leaf or leaves. Something I do need to tell you is that I am using this graph paper, the stamp album paper with its residue of stamp hinges, as my springboard for today's story. So the story is that this young child or teen, or I don't know, however old, keeps a stamp album, and so this is going to be one of their pages, but they're a little bit creative. They're a bit of a crafter. So yes, they collect stamps, but they also make their own stamps. You kind of see where I'm heading here. So I have used my postal edge scissors to make some stamps, and I haven't done them all. I've got one left to cut with you guys because I thought, I don't know, just to show you how I do it. I do find to get the right pattern, I've got to cut the opposite to what I would normally do. I'll explain later. Okay, so here's our prompt list. It's just going to go somewhere. I haven't kind of composed everything yet. So let's go through. A leaf or leaves. I've got this image here out of a gardening book of Japanese maple, and I've edged it with the postal scissors. Something made from wood is the one I've yet to cut out, and that's this little doggy at the door. So the door and the door frame is made of wood, and there's also a tree in the background, so the tree is obviously made of wood. Graph paper, something that makes you happy. I have gone with some scraps of paper, of varieties of papers, because paper honestly makes me happy. I love getting new paper. I love rescuing paper. I love using paper. I was going to go with a horse, and I couldn't find my horse magazines just quickly. So I was like, oh, paper makes me happy. I'm going to go with paper. So I've cut out a bunch of different scraps, which I don't know, we'll do something with. An animal with fur, and I have an actual stamp here of a Manx cat. So cats also make me happy, so that kind of hits a couple of prompts. And the bonus is a receipt. So I found this little receipt, and I've trimmed it out with the stamp scissors again. So all we need to do is we need to cut this one out, and I do have a few other little bits planned to dress up our faux stamps. So when I was saying I need to use these opposite to how I would normally, to get the correct pattern, I have to cut on this side of the image. Normally I would cut this side, and that's much more comfortable for me. I find it very difficult to cut on this side, but if I don't, the pattern's back to front. Oops. Yeah, it's just, I find it very awkward to do. And you see, I'm totally kick-handed. Aren't you glad I didn't do all of the cutting on camera? Because that would have honestly been a bit of a nightmare for you guys, I think, watching me faff around trying to wrangle the paper and the scissors. I want to keep a lot of that tree in there, since the tree is actually made of wood. It's the source of wood. Oh my goodness. Why do I find it so difficult to cut on this side? I don't know. I just guess I'm used to cutting on the other side, so it's become a lot more natural for me. Right, and down here, I'm actually holding it this way, and I don't know whether that's actually easier or not. But we're almost there, my friends. So, kind of a very loose story today about this child's stamp album. Right, I do want to ink around these just to show off the stampage. You know, I've gone to the trouble to creating it, but it kind of gets a bit lost on the page, I feel, on the pale background. So I'm just going to give it a little something something. I might not do it on the paper ones that I've made, but on these images and the receipt that I've cut out, I am going to. Gives them a bit of age as well, you know, and this child is creative, so I can well imagine they'd spend a bit of time creating. They're an avid YouTube watcher and soak up, as children do, soak up all the learning, all the tips and tricks. If you can get a child into junk journaling early, I think that is fabulous, because they really love being creative. Children do, and they learn so quickly, you know, absorb. They're little sponges, children. Okay, so now I need to kind of arrange how I want these. That's a big one. Maybe, do we want to put this on? I've cut round the prompt list as a stamp as well, and it's grubby because that's where Snuggles stood on it with her muddy paws. I could tuck that in behind that one. Okay, let's do that, and do that first so I don't forget to make it a pocket. I'm going to make it a little side pocket. There we go. There's going to be our little pocket for our prompt list. Oops. Give it a chance to actually stick down would be good, with our something made of wood being the door and the trees in the background. So I'm going to pop that in there. Hopefully it doesn't actually glue down. I don't think it should. Right, a leaf for leaves. Let's put our two biggest pieces opposite each other, because I like that compositionally. Oops, my light's flickering. I hope that's not annoying you in the video. It's kind of annoying me a little bit. Okay, our receipt, maybe I'll put it in like diagonally in the middle. It's not really supposed to be a focal point. This I might actually use glue stick on. Just glue off to the side. Excuse me for a moment. So pop that kind of eyeballing middle. It's not really important. This is supposed to be a child's page. So, right, now I have 6 pieces that I've cut out of various papers. So a couple of book pages there, a bit of sheet music, if I can pick it up with my non-existent fingernails. Just a bit of scrapbook paper, a bit of one of my digitals, and some watercoloured painted book page. Shall we put our actual stamp down? maybe we need to arrange first. So I've got 2 that are kind of in the pink. Oops, and I've cut them all different sizes and shapes. Music and some book page, and then a bit of digital maybe up here. Okay, before I stick them down, I've got this little round stamp. It's not a postmark stamp, but it's, you know, it gives the same sort of look. And I want to put this on our faux stamps, but I want it to go off. So I'm going to stamp them on this sheet first. Just random placement. Oops. Oh, my fingers are cold too. It's not helping. So, just like our real stamp up there has, which is probably off camera at the moment, has a postmark on it. Let's put little postmarks on these. Okay. Now, do I want to put it on these other bits too? No, I'm not going to. I'm not going to put postmarks on them. They can be mint stamps, as in unused stamps. Right, so that's that. Now I can glue them on. Ooh, come on, glue. There we go. And then we're going to add another detail to our faux stamps, just to make them look a bit more like stamps. So, who's up to something exciting for the weekend? I have no idea what we're going to be doing. I'm recording this on Thursday. So I've got the food bank this afternoon. Yeah, no idea what the weekend's going to hold for us. Hubby's gone back to work today, which is fantastic. He's still not 100%, but he's a lot better than what he was. Still got a bit of a cough and snuffles and stuff, but so hopefully he does okay and doesn't, you know, worsen up a bit. Yeah, so this weekend could possibly just be resting, you know, because he's got 2 days left to work of the week. It's quite possible that his cold will freshen up a little bit because he works in a cold area and very physical work, so he might go down a little bit, but hopefully not bad. So I imagine Saturday is going to be pretty much a rest day, which I don't mind. I've been very, very busy, so a rest day I think is in good order. And I was taking lysine and hubby is as well, and it was really helping me until I discovered that I shouldn't be taking it because of the calcium I'm on. And so while I was feeling good after being out yesterday and being out in cold wind and stuff, I do have a slightly scratchy, slightly sore throat. And I'm like, please, no. I do not want to get sick. I do not want a full-on cold, because I avoided it. Didn't get like hubby got, fortunately, and I can't afford to develop a proper cold. But we'll see. There's not much I can do about it. I can't take the Virolex because it's, yeah, I just can't. And I do feel like it was helping, so that's a shame. Virolex is the brand of lysine It's sorry, I realized I switched names and you're probably going, what is she talking about? Yep, I did that. I mixed up the terms. Right, so we've got everything glued down, I think. We've got our prompt not glued into our pocket, which is good. So what I want to do is I want to add some monetary values. So like our real stamp here has 25p. Well, Isle of Man, they obviously use pence or something. I have no idea. So I've got my wee alphabet set that I bought specifically so I could use the C as a cent. So we're going to do that because I haven't played with it yet. I'm going to grab out the wee C and hope that I don't lose any stamps out of this, although it wasn't expensive. So if I lose a significant number of stamps, I will just buy another one, I guess. And they're all joined. I forgot, I have used the stamp set, but not the C, which is what I bought it for. So I need to just snip it out of there. Now I just need to find a little dollar sign. That would be cool. Come on. Oh, this is super hard without fingernails, let me tell you. Oh, I'm finding the ones that I have used because they're wanting to come off instead. So the one problem with tiny stamps is they're prone to being lost. Okay, let's put the backing on. So that might kind of sandwich those loose ones. Our little C. Okay. And then I've got my little numbers here that I thought would match with that C size-wise. So let's go, should we go 25 cents? Why not? To start with anyway. I'm not going to make them all the same value. Can I actually stamp them together? I think there's too much of a gap. Okay, let's do the 25 together. No, that's not straight. Just bear with me while I fluff around. Doing a bit of that on this video. Whoops, clatter clang. Okay, what's going to be 25 cents? Doesn't really matter. Let's do this one, 25 cents. Okay, it's going to take a little bit to dry because it's shiny book page. And let's do, I think, swap out the 2 and grab the 0. And we'll do 50 cents. That'll do. Do that up here on the leaf. Maybe we'll do another 50-cent one. Let's do this one down here. There we go. So what value are we going to do now? I'm going to stick with cents because I don't have a dollar. Actually, let's do a 55-cent one. Random, but I like a bit of random. So I'm just going to do this one here. 55. Okay, let's go for maybe an 8. Just because. Oops. Up the right way would be good. And maybe 80 cents. Let's go 80. And do this one here. Let's stick with the zeros and do 30 cents. So what have we got left? We've got our sheet music there. Oh, and the pink one there. That's all we've got left. So let's go maybe 35 cents. a bit crooked. And for the last, oh, we've got the receipt, so we've still got 2 more. Let's do 95 cents. And maybe 90 cents. What have I done? I've put something in the wrong place. Yeah. 90, so we need the 0 back. $90. Okay, so now we can whip through and do all the C ones. So I'm just going to pop those over on the other block and grab the C. Around the right way would help. So it's a different font, and that's okay. So we're going to put just did a shadow print on that one, shadow stamp. And up here and here. So a few shadow stamps going on there. Less ink to clean off my stamp. Okay, so there we go. There's our page for today. Very simple, but just a bit of fun having a play. So we've got a leaf for leaves, something made from wood that's wet, so I better remember that's wet. Graph paper in the background there, something that makes you happy. Papers, any paper. Animal with fur is the Manx cat up on our actual stamp, and the bonus is a receipt. So there's today's collage, week 33 of Margarete Miller. Thank you so much for joining me. Hope you enjoyed watching me bring this together, and I will see you again soon. Have a great weekend, friends. Bye for now.